inform hotel management so that they can bring the third towel the next time before the guy has to ask for it. Would that be relevant?
Yeah, that's super relevant. That's all about, personalizing the experience and, exceeding customers' expectations. And I think there's lots of little ways to do that, and using all the data that's available in the system, whether it's towels or shampoo or room, or there are lots of different preferences that a hotel can note, and if they're really on the game, then deliver on the next time. So your example is spot on of the types of things that properties should be doing and can do. The technology exists is just to making sure that, well, some of the technology exists, but it's making sure you mine it properly and then execute on it from a personnel standpoint.
Okay, makes a lot of sense. And are you aware of the way, if any, are the ways that hotels currently have to achieve similar results as of today? We've heard about PMS, but we don't know much about them. Could you tell us more about that?
Yeah, there's a couple of different solutions. Some are third-party solutions, some are homegrown solutions, where they associate these preferences to each guest, either in a whether it's free tax or there's some sort of structured database around it. But there are lots of tools that exist to help hotels catalog guest preferences and then mine those for execution.
Okay, makes sense. And where do you because we've had, quite frankly, very polarized feedback on this one so far.
Really? Okay.
Many people like you are super excited about it, but we also have some that seem a bit concerned and saying like, well, yes, this is smart, but people are going to be worried about their privacy, and maybe that they're used to coming with their mistress, and one day they're going to come with their wife, and you're going to make a mess. So where do you think? Do you think that privacy is a concern regarding this, and if so, where would you place the line between what is creepy and what is good?
Yeah, it's a good point. But back to your towel example, if this guy comes every 2 weeks and requests a second towel, and then he comes the third week and he's with someone that he didn't come with last time, but there are 2 towels in the room instead of the one, like, I don't think that's creepy. Like, no one's going to say, "Oh, why do you have 2 towels?" So yeah. I agree with you. There's a fine line. That's why I think you probably have to be a little careful. But when it's just it's commodity type things like towels, then I don't think you have to worry too much. I've never. In all my days, I never experienced, not that it can't happen, not that the example you brought up couldn't be true, but I never personally experienced an example where a property, and I'm sure this did happen, but where a property tried to, customize the stay for the guest preferences, and it backfired. I've never personally seen that happen, but I'm sure it has.
Okay, I see. Sounds very good. Noted. And finally, the last one that we had in mind, this one would be to implement a smart ticketing system that makes front desk maintenance easier and cleaning staff more efficient. So again, an example might be better to explain it. The idea would be, let's say you have 2 people as cleaning staff in your hotel. You have, say, Jack and John, and it turns out that a guest asked for a towel, and Jack happens to be closer than John to the guest room. So you would dispatch the task of bringing the towel to the guy who's the closest to the room automatically without having to go through the front desk. Would that be relevant, or would that mess up with the operations that you currently have?
No, I think it depends on the infrastructure and the systems that the hotel uses. But I think it's very relevant. I think most of them have, and this is a little bit out of my area of expertise because it's very operational, but I think most hotels and properties have some sort of rudimentary ticketing systems today.